Hello, I'm Mario Toneguzzi, and I'm taking care of business. Joining me today is Trina Casey-Myatt, who is Regional Director of Robert Half, based here in Calgary. Thanks for joining us today, Trina.
Thank you for inviting me.
Well, I was interested in a survey that Robert Half released today, and here's an interesting thought and signs of hope and optimism. 49% of senior managers anticipate adding new permanent positions in the first half of this year, and 45% plan to fill vacant positions. Tell me why that's the case, and why that level of hiring right now.
Well, I think the economic environment is feeling pretty good right now. I think companies are a little more confident in what 2022 is going to offer. And just business-wise, what's happening out there, I think companies are just realizing you just have to embrace what's happening today and adjust to it and move forward. And so because of that, I think many companies are looking at adding additional staff, as you said, 49%. But I also think of the other 45% that said that they would be replacing individuals, there's a bit of pent up movement that hadn't happened over the last 2 years. And certainly with things feeling a little more comfortable out there, there's a little more confidence in the market. Those individuals who might have made a move over the last 2 years are now starting to take a look at making that move. So a little bit of pent up demand there.
So tell me a little bit about, one of the issues that we faced and talked about quite a bit in the last year, basically, is the labor shortages out there. I want to talk about some of the things that companies are doing to attract talent. Obviously, number one, 47% are offering remote. I think that's probably a given in today's day and age, right?
Absolutely. It needs to be in today's environment for sure.
Do you think, I know 47%, however, there's some companies that obviously can't, you work at a retail store and you got to be there on your shift or whatever, or in a restaurant. But, for the companies that actually can do it technically, and operationally, do you think that number then would be higher in terms of offering remote?
I absolutely do think it is higher when you separate the positions that can be done remotely and can't be done remotely. Because I think, a lot of organizations certainly realize the benefits of offering remote work. And I think right now it's just, it's such a demand and request for just the future of working from the current employees, that if they're not offering that, it certainly puts them in a very disadvantaged position.
Yeah, exactly. Tell me some of the other ways people and companies are trying to attract employees and staff. What other things are they offering?
Well, often salary is the one way to do it, and looking at, are they compensating fairly? There may be other organizations and whatnot. So certainly salary increases is one. In many cases, with different organizations over the last 2 years, they may have seen some salary rollbacks, or maybe just not the normal cost of living increases that they tend to have on an annual basis. So some of those things may have stopped or slowed down. And so they're re-looking at that and maybe catching up to where they they were a little bit behind the curve. And so we're certainly seeing an increase. We're starting to see an increase in signing bonuses again, or bonuses just in general, performance bonuses. So that is obviously another way to entice people from a salary perspective. So maybe not adding it to a salary, but tying it to the company and the individual's performance. And then we are certainly seeing different perks and benefits being offered to help attract individuals. In some cases, it might be that they're offering sabbaticals where individuals have an opportunity to have an extended vacation every so many years with the organization, but also just different benefits, health and wellness benefits. It could be even memberships to different organizations or gym memberships, that sort of thing. So we're seeing a variety of different things coming out.
Okay, and just reverting back to the remote work trend, one of the things that I thought about is if more companies are going into this direction of offering remote work for staff, I would assume that their geographic area of finding talent expands as well, right? Because if I'm in Calgary, I could, and have a company, I could probably get somebody from, I don't know, some Red Deer to work for me, right?
Mm-hmm. There is definitely some of that that's happening, and in some cases, positions that are in demand in one part of the country may not be as in demand as other parts, and so it might open up different opportunities for you to attract talent. And so we're certainly seeing that. It does bring some different challenges to the table, like if you're working in a different time zone, how, what time zones are you going to work in? And when you're bringing somebody on from maybe another province or whatever, are you going to require them to come to physically meet with the team on occasion? Because that's certainly going to be limited. So there's a number of different things to consider, but there are a lot of benefits to looking outside of your geographical area.
Okay, super. Well, thanks very much, Trina, for joining us again today.
Well, thank you for having us.
All right, super. That was Trina Casey-Myatt, who is Regional Director of Robert Half. This has been Taking Care of Business with Mario Toneguzzi. Thanks for joining us today.